Hello, hello, hello.
No.
Meow, meow, meow. Hey, do you know how to say this episode title?
Chafa.
Get to the Chafa. Sorry, I wasn't even setting you up for that. I just the way you said it kind of sounded like that. No, that's what I
Get
figured.
to the Chafa.
That's what I figured. Yeah, yeah, meh,
Yep.
meh.
Ready for another episode.
Ready for another fine episode of the program here. Meow, meow, meow. All right, well. I thought about playing Overwatch last night. I really did.
Yeah, I didn't stick. Maybe played like a few rounds and I got sick of it because everyone was either didn't get with good teams because everyone kept on leaving, or we're just getting our asses handed to us. So
Right. Bummer. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm really just focused. I got to 87 in Diablo, so I'm like, I'll be at 100 before you know it, and then there's really only so much I could do after that. So
I should probably get back into Diablo. I keep on saying it, but I always forget about it.
once I'm done with
Play it.
that, I'll probably be playing other things though.
I've been playing some Fortnite. It's actually been kind of fun how we've been playing.
I didn't actually tell you guys. I did download it.
There you go. Well, also I do like rocket racing. That's fun, but it can't. It's only down. You can only get it through Fortnite.
Right. Yeah, which is interesting.
It's
I
like
always
a
forget that Rocket
Fort.
League is epic.
Yeah, Fortnite's weird though now because it has all these different like Fortnite, Lego Fortnite. I
Yeah.
tried it. It's actually kind of fun. I was just relaxing one. I think I was doing it when it was snowing out really bad. And I'm just like, screw it. I'll just play this game for a while. And I did play for like 2 hours, and I chopped a lot of trees down and attacked a lot of things. It was fun.
There are some people or someone on TMS or something thought that they're trying to be like rather than one game, like its own platform kind of like which is funny because they've already got the Epic store, but
Yeah, it's smart. I mean, when you open the game, you're all of a sudden like you're on this platform with not just Fortnite. You have all these other games in there. It's like, oh, that's cool. Okay.
yeah, I kind of wonder if Fortnite is like obviously it's using Unreal, but
Mhm.
like maybe it's its own sub engine of that or something because like well I guess it would have to be like they got the basic that's I guess the main reason they're using that is they're using whatever Fortnite's is in the game to make those other games.
True. Yeah.
So they're doing but they're like they are branching. They're like we'll take this game type, we'll take a racing game type, and we'll take basically a Minecraft, right? Experiment with
hmm
those also within that. I guess it's more the visual. Well, would you say you said it's the same cars uh from Rocket League, right?
Yep.
But is it at least stylized like Fortnite in any way that you can tell?
Somewhat, I guess. Yeah, the background, like the scenery,
Okay,
kind of
gotcha.
looks Fortnite-y. So
Fortnightly.
yes, the nightly forts
They
of the forts.
say that Brian says that once in a while on team. It's like the he quotes was it Mike Myers from How I Married an Axe Murderer or whatever, and
Oh
he's
yeah,
like
that's a
he's like
classic.
it's your KFC fortnightly. All right, I haven't seen that in a long time. All right, anywho, let's do this. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, 3, 2, 1. Greetings, salutations, welcome back to Disnerds Plus, where we talk about your favorite nerdy shows on Disney Plus. This is episode 56 for Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Is this the first one of 2024?
Yep, this would be.
All right, we took a couple weeks off. We're back at it for 5 episodes of this here series, Echo. Today we're talking about the first episode, Chafa. Yep, that's about it. That's all I have to say about that. I'm Shane.
And I'm Mike.
Not gonna make that dumb get to the Chafa joke again, even though I just did.
Get to the
hey
Chafa.
Mike. Hey Mike, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's cold outside. I'm kind of cold right now because I'm sitting next to the wall that's goes right to outside.
Oh,
The other
yeah.
side is outside. So, yeah, my thermostat says 66 right by the wall. So that's fun.
Oh, bummer.
And I don't want to turn up my heat anymore because then I got to pay more for my gas. So, yeah.
That's how that works. That's true. You don't want to do that if you can avoid it.
So maybe a little space heater. I don't know.
True. If I have an extra one, I've definitely got one around. Which is probably good to have just in general during this time of year. Like, I lost power twice, or 3 times, I should say, within twice in one day and 3 times total within like 2 or 3 days of one another. That was something. But anywho, let's get at it. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Previously on. That would be Hawkeye, I suppose, was the show.
Mm-hmm.
Where we had Maya Lopez. I mean, was she just... yeah, we had her full name even then. We had both Echo and Maya Lopez as names introduced in that show. I believe it's been some time. You went through and rewatched it like you do. That's a good fan that Mike is.
Well, I'm starting to rewatch it, so I'm going now through the notes. So
Sure. Yeah, so she was introduced in there. We didn't know, like, we only knew so much about her. We slowly kind of understood more things. We found out that she wasn't in charge, obviously, of the tracksuit mafia, but she was, I guess it's safe to say, high up in the ranks.
yeah.
And at first, but she was kind of presented as being the top of the, totem pole at first, right? Like, we didn't get the Kingpin. It wasn't even it was more of a tease initially, right?
Yep. Yeah. It was just she's in charge, and that's all we knew at that point.
Yep. And we knew that slowly was revealed that Ronin was the one that killed her father. And yeah, who, obviously at the time was Clint Barton. And that's how that all went down. But then it was revealed, and a lot of this was, as you'll find out, is recapped in this particular episode. But yeah, he was it the Kingpin that gave the order? Was that how it went? That
I think somehow it was like Kingpin gave like the information or the something. I don't know. Like
right.
that's how it worked. He's Kingpin wanted her dad dead,
which made it a little more justified, I guess, on Clint's part. I mean, obviously he was pissed off and at the world and all that.
Well, I mean, he lost his whole family to the blip.
Yeah. Yep. And
like
then,
he couldn't even get half his family like to stick around. It was like everyone gone.
Yep. And who knows how we would all react in that situation. I mean, I'd like to hope I wouldn't do this, but
you don't know.
never know. Yeah. So that's kind of the gist of what ended up happening. Clint did spare her. He ended up getting the suit back. It was a whole thing about the suit was being auctioned off, and then it got taken. And was it taken by geez, I can't even think of any names right now.
It was taken by Kate.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking that her mom's
Jack,
her
the
mom's Jack.
swordsman.
Yeah.
Her mom's Jack.
Did he ended up what was he just kind of a like a what do you call it, a red herring or something? Wasn't he still bad?
Kinda, yeah. He's a little shady, but not as bad as apparently as Kate's mom. So
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot that part. Yeah, okay. But back to this show. Yeah, that's kind of the gist. That's kind of the start of how things started off, and now let's
yep.
take it away with Chafa here.
Yeah, Chafa, the episode, not the person. I think I don't know. Anyway, so we start off at a mystical cave, is what I like to call it. And first, see a pool of water with a blue spiral. You haven't watched What If, have you?
No, it's okay. Whatever.
So I
Let's
can't really.
keep it. Yeah, keep it mostly
There's an
spoiler free.
episode that kind of reminds me of what's going on right now.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
uh,
keep going. There's an episode of Game of Thrones that kind of reminds me of this, but keep going.
uh,
I'll get to that.
um, yeah. So anyway, we see a woman emerge from a pool, looks to be covered in clay. Then we see others emerge and see the woman walking over to the spiral pool that we were just seeing. She drinks from the spiral pool, which when she picks it up, it looks like a mini spiral in her hand. So that's interesting. Then after she does that, her hands start glowing, and she has like a spiral imprint in her palms. And then a bird lands on her hand. I don't know if this was like what kind of bird was that? A woodpecker?
Absolutely, that was a what, ivory-billed woodpecker.
Sure.
I only know this because of our birder friends, really. Let's see here.
So yeah, a woodpecker landed on her hand or her palm while she was looking at her glowing palms. And the rest of them all look at it like, what the heck, you know? Then the pool starts to shake and the cave starts to collapse in. Everyone kind of runs, and then the woman is in the middle trying to hold up the cave, and then we just see a big bright light after that.
Yeah, that was done.
Uh,
That had to be a pileated woodpecker. I take it back. Which is more, I think, more common up in the Midwest area. But wait, where is this happening again?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of Midwest, dish South ish. Yeah, I don't know. It's in the middle. It's in the plains.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
fair.
So yeah, then we flash into a field where we see the clay people as their clay is starting to peel away and they're slowly turning into humans. And then the woman leads her people, basically, which are the first Choctaw people. So they're like the
Choctaw.
first
Um,
Choctaw tribe.
Gotcha. So, um, I'm sure there's some. Well, based on what you're telling me, this sounds like there's something about this in What If, but uh,
Kind of.
and maybe there's some actual lore behind this as well. Uh,
Well,
Maybe with
Choctaw is a
this
real nation.
particular tribe. Yeah, like, I just probably something there. I can't. I don't know. My first impression was like the oh geez, now I can't think of it. Children of the whatever in Game of Thrones. Now I can't think of Children of the Forest. Right.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
they kind of gave me that vibe. Like they looked. You said they're made of clay. I guess that I thought I was thinking they were like wood people, kind of like the
Because
Children
I
of the
believe
Forest.
that's the actual Choctaw. Like there, I mean, there's a little probably Marvel did a little bit of tweaking, but that's actually some of their background. Like they the first people were made out of clay and then turned into human,
Sure.
which is I've heard that in other cultures too.
They did actually kind of have in those couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, it was kind of an origin story of. It was obviously.
I
Uh,
thought you were gonna say orgy story. I'm like, whoa, where's this
it was
going?
well, that was basically every episode of
I
Game of
mean,
Thrones.
yeah, it's
Uh,
Game of Thrones. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
but yeah, no, it was a basically a human or no, that was oh, I don't want to spoil too much of Game of Thrones, but let's just say it was an origin story of some people in that in that show. But anyway, just wanted to point that out. But
Anywho,
anywho,
doopity doop doo. Where did I leave off here? Let's see. Oh yeah. So then we go to basically these see like shadows of the two little girls talking in their tent, and we see young Maya and her cousin Bonnie are in the tent, and Bonnie is telling Maya about their people and the first tribe of people that the Choctaw nation came from. We then are outside where we see Maya's dad and assumed to be mother, near two elder people, maybe parents at this point,
yeah. And when I
sitting around the
saw,
fire. What?
yeah, sitting by the fire. Yeah, when I my initial thought was two things. I thought, wow, like I was like, are they gonna like de-age this guy? I'd forgotten that they already showed him. This is his normal age. Like he was aged up when he's killed later, right?
I think so, yeah,
Basically,
because
and and the and then I'm like, wow, and they found another little girl that looks just like her. Like, but no, they had this stuff filmed a while ago, clearly,
yeah, yep, definitely.
because I'm sure that girl is a couple years older. She probably
At
I don't know.
least 2 years older.
That's always hard with like the Harry Potter kids, like trying to make them
Well,
look
think
young the
about
whole time.
or the Stranger Thing kids.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. They've somehow yeah, it is always a little bit awkward, but I think Stranger Things has been a little better on that front for whatever reason.
or I mean, it's Stranger Things. You could be like, whatever. Like, this is how
Yeah,
it is.
right.
Just deal with it.
But I just
Uh,
to reiterate, yeah, the actress, the young version of Maya, I can't get over it. You said maybe she's a cousin or something like that.
I believe I heard that.
She just looks so much like her. I thought like they picked the uh,
Was,
perfect actress for that.
let me just see. Let's see her last name. Echo. 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 Yeah, but Alagua Cox is from Wisconsin, so that's neat.
Right, right. So
Oh, where is she?
they were on the fire and they
Um,
were singing around the fire too. You said, or
no, they were talking.
talking.
Fire. Just talking. Just talking a little bit. Um, let's see. Yeah, she just starts, or no, outside talking. Yeah, so did I say, or no, I sorry, not singing, signing,
Oh
like,
yeah, duh. I saw something. No, you said signing. You wrote signing, and I'm like, what are they signing? What? Signing what? Oh, duh. That signing, of course.
because
That's what this is
the
all about.
mom, because Maya's mom is also deaf, so makes sense.
Oh, really? I didn't even. I
Hmm.
thought. I thought everybody else was just signing for her
Nope, that was
purposes.
that was because Maya's mom is also, so she was sitting there doing it. So, uh, so then after that we see Chula and Scully driving out of the driveway, out of Maya's house driveway. Uh, and then Chula then sees as there's Chula and Scully are talking. Chula looks and sees that same bird that Chafa was like landed in her hand before their cave basically fell on them. So my guess at this point is the bird is more of like a warning sign, for their people. Like this bird
Yeah,
comes around, it's like, hey, there's something going on. Um,
yeah, because then she started getting like weird feeling in her tummy, basically.
yep. The ancestors were calling her. Um, let's see. Then in the house, Maya's parents are talking and wondering if they will come in because of the rain. And then all of a sudden, the girls run into the house and say it's raining and the tent is whatever. So then Maya asks
The tent
her
is
mom,
whatever leaking, right? Like,
leaking, yeah, yeah. Maya and her mom then sign/talk to each other. And Maya wants hot chocolate. Mom says that they don't have any, so she'll have to go to the store. And then she asks Maya if she would like to come. As this happened, we jump back to Chula and Scully while they are driving home. Scully is singing while Chula looks worried. Scully asks if the ancestors are whispering to her. Uh, then we basically jump back to Maya and her mom as they're driving, showing up to an intersection, and Maya's mom hits the brakes and the brakes aren't working. So that's not good. So once they get to that intersection, you get collided by another car or a pretty bad crash. We then cut to like a scene where we see like Maya's leg at first, like panning up, and then we see this big chunk of glass like
oh,
through
is
her
it
boot.
okay? I thought it was metal. I guess that makes more sense. So it
That
would
was
be glass.
yeah,
I
yep.
mean,
Oof. So basically, it was just showing us how and why she doesn't have a leg.
yeah,
You
and
know.
she's I can only say, I mean, obviously anybody in that situation probably would be in shock because she's kind of like not reacting to it, right?
She's more worried about her mom.
Yeah, which I visibly, well, yeah, go ahead. I guess you'll get to that part.
Yeah. So she then wakes up and sees her mom hurt and not moving. She grabs her hand and starts to cry. So that because she can like, I think Maya can tell like by touching like her feel of like the heartbeat or something.
Hmm. Sure.
I believe that's how she can tell with things. Or um, let's
Let it not
see.
be. Let it not be passed by how bad how rough shape her mom looked. Because I,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
that's what part I visibly was like, oof. It's just because
yeah.
like half of her face, she kind of, yeah,
Tore
was,
up a little bit.
yeah, it was pretty, looked pretty raunchy.
Yeah.
If that's the right word. Pretty, pretty bad. But
Well, then Maya cries and we go to the hospital scene, um, where we see the hospital bed with the doctor, and then we see Maya laying there, and once the doctor moves, it reveals that she lost her right leg. And then Chula and Scully are walking towards Maya's room, where William, or her dad, um, is watching her through a window, or watching Maya through a window. William and Chula start arguing. Chula says she warned her daughter about marrying a Lopez boy,
those
and
boys basically like,
you know,
which, yeah, it was kind of weird. So someone, one of somebody he was involved with, actually cut the brake lines. Was the deal?
yep. So then he took care of it, and she's like, "Well, that's not good. What is that going to do? That's not going to bring my daughter back now." Like, and she
Right.
just wants him gone. Like she's just done with him, and he says, William says that Henry has got him a job in New York. So, and basically Chula's like, "That's not far enough," and she just walks away. Scully then follows with Chula, and then William goes into Maya's room, and Maya gives him a picture for her mom, and she doesn't realize, or William hasn't told Maya that her mom is dead.
Yeah, and
Uh,
at first it took me a second to kind of be like, oh. I mean, I was kind of like, wait, did she make it? Oh no.
Mhm. So
because she was
yeah,
still under the impression.
yeah. So she was started saying that how it's her fault because she wanted hot chocolate, and he's William, or her dad, is basically saying it's not her fault, and this happened. It's um and basically we jump to another scene where we see William picking up Maya from a wheelchair into his truck as they're in front of their old house, packing up, to getting ready to go to New York for his new job. And we see Chula and Bonnie in the background watching, and then Maya signs to Bonnie like Bonnie's coming too, and Bonnie's like, I want to come too, and Chula holds her back, so
I'm a
you
little
see a
bit.
emotional moment between those two girls.
Yep, I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't try to like get custody or something if they think he's such a
I
bad.
know. I was like, why wouldn't you fight more for your granddaughter?
Well, they don't.
Like,
So maybe they did. Maybe they tried or something. But um, uh, and the other thing is, so Bonnie is, who is she related to? Do we know?
she's Maya's cousin.
Sure. So there's another.
I th- there might have been another daughter, but I don't know if she's around anymore. Maybe that's why because I think Chula said something. She lost one daughter, now she's lost both.
Oh, well, okay,
I believe
gotcha.
did. She did say something like that.
Sure.
So yeah. So then we jump to New York, see Maya in her classroom.
What?
These were, I
Wait a
think these are
minute.
all
That's
scenes.
that's where Hawkeye took place.
Yeah, those are all Hawkeye scenes. So they're just using some of the Hawkeye stuff. Um, and then we also see Maya and her dad in her room talking about dragons, and he talks about how she needs to learn how to jump between two worlds. We see next in a karate class for her, and talk about her going to school and have a better life than he had. Then William walks away to go to talk to someone in his tracksuit mafia get up, and Maya's watching and seeing what's going on. As she's watching, Kingpin walks up and says Maya, grabs her cheek and pinches, and she's like, "Hey, uncle!" And kind of happy. Um, then little young Maya walks up to the karate pad or whatever to go and spar with someone, and then as that's happened, we jump to adult Maya in a ring sparring with a older person, not a kid anymore, um, and basically
She's
kicks that guy's ass.
fighting an old person.
Yeah, the elderly. She pulls up. We then see her pulling up to her dad's garage, where we see then when Ronin is in there, basically slaughtering the whole tracksuit mafia, or what's that part of the tracksuit mafia. She sees Ronin killing her father, and she tries to run into and see, and her father's dying from his wound, and she doesn't want to leave him, and he says, to leave. Um,
Yeah, he's already gone. Basically, is
yeah,
what he says. And yeah, I expressed this to you. So you mentioned the reused footage, and it's yeah, like I'm just not used to it with a Marvel property. Like they certainly probably shown flashbacks before, but like not nothing really to this extent. Just I mean, I really want really showing a recap and like and showing her history just to kind of align it with this particular show. But I can't help but feel like this this was extra footage that they had lying around from Hawkeye. I don't know. I just it's just this part of me
probably
that
was. It probably was stuff that they shot, and they're like, well, we don't really have any use to it, because there's how many scenes are actually shot, and then they cut a bunch of them anyway in any
right.
show or movie.
Right. Well, there's that, and then there's. I mean, it could be that. It could be that the Hawkeye was supposed to be longer originally. It could be, at one point they just decided this is like too many different stories. Like we need to keep this separate. I don't know. Could be a
Yeah.
combination of things, but I'm sure we won't know that because that's all like under lock and key with Feige and Disney probably, or
Yeah,
Marvel, I should say.
yeah, he's got a book of everything he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. Well, then we go to a scene where we're at her dad's grave. We get a text from Bonnie and said, that's so she doesn't have to deal with this alone. And then we see Maya trying to steal a crotch rocket from a high-end motorcycle store.
Crotch rocket being the technical term, of course.
Yeah, and then there's cops pulling up, and she only notices them because she sees the lights, and they're just surrounding the building. And then she takes her hair tie and just basically puts it around the accelerator of the bike and just let her rip.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh wow, she's really sticking it to the
Right? I was
police
like,
there.
wow, she just doesn't care. So then she's getting arrested because of this. We then see Kingpin's car pull up, and he's basically just walking past the cops, and they're just like, no, that's you don't know who that is. That's Kingpin. They just
Yeah.
move around. They're like, okay. And as the cop is going to cuff her, Kingpin grabs the cuffs, pulls them off her, and then gives them back to the cop. And they're just like, oh shit, like big guy, it's big man. Um, but then we go into his car, and he's concerned about her and has a ASL interpreter for him to talk to Maya because he says they're family, but if you're family, wouldn't you actually take the time to learn something? You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, uh that's talk. Talks about her father. He talks about her father and his father and the pain of loss. Wants to help her deal with the rage and channel it to be used for something. So as he's talking about this, then we go jump into another scene where she's walking in. It looks like a factory. I guess it's like a bar slash like an old factory, but turned into a bar of some sort. And meets up with two of what I like to call Kingpin goons. So two of the Kingpin goons are waiting for her, and one of them is complaining that he's worked so hard and now he's got to babysit kind of thing, and he's just
Mhm.
pissed off about it. Um, she follows him, and as they walk up to the door with the security guard, guard says they're allowed to go in, but that pats the guys down, and then takes a little extra time with Maya, feeling her up on the back end side, which she does not have, and just puts him against the wall. She was
Mhm.
like, then those other two are like, okay, she can throw down a little
Like, huh?
bit.
Yeah.
um, and then they then go over the plan, and Maya's about with Maya about taking these guys out for Fisk, and she's not understanding because they're not. I don't know if they don't get that she's deaf or like what's going on. So they have to do like simpler terms. They're like they're gonna shoot everyone, and then she's like, okay. Um, where is it? Oh, they go up to a door then and knock on it, and one guard answers, and one of the goons says, "Kingpin thanks you for your loyalty," and one of the other guard on the other side of the door kills the guard that answered the door. Uh, so then that guard lets the goons in and Maya, and they start walking to another door that is guarded by one guy, and the inside guard is basically like, "Hey, we got three more here. They're coming in." And one of the goons is like, "Yeah, yeah, we're good, we're good," and he shoots the guard and literally tackles him into the door, like through the door. I'm like, "Holy crap,
Yep.
that's a
This is
little intense."
this is where shit starts hitting the fan, right?
Right. And I was just like, well, "Okay, that went quick."
This was also the
So
beginning of the moment that I immediately was like, this is giving me, even though I didn't watch a lot of the show Daredevil, this like immediately gave me those vibes.
that is a really good series. Like, it's surprising that they like now have it finally in canon
Yeah,
of the MCU.
right. I watched that I did watch the first episode, and I remember the like intense fight scene at the end of it, near the end. So it gave me those kind of vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Incidentally.
Oh yeah, this was because like so when those two guys are in there, like they're starting to beat the hell out of each other. They used their guard that was loyalty. Like thanks, Kingpin, thanks for loyalty. Use him as basically a human shield. I'm pretty sure he got shot a few times. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that sucks. Like you devote your loyalty, and they're like, hey, now you're gonna be a human shield, and thank you. Um, as this is happening, Maya's just standing in the door, like watching this all play out. Like what the hell's kind of going on, and the other two goons are getting their ass kicked, and one guy's like trying to tell her to do something, and then she looks straight ahead, and there's a guy that just comes right at her and tackles her. And at first she's like kind of like I don't know what to do, and like a little disoriented, and then she quickly grabs his neck and picks him up. She stands up, and then we hear two heartbeats going really fast, and all of a sudden it you just hear a loud crunch, and dude's neck is gone, and all of a sudden one heartbeat's there. It's like, whoa, that's
Oh, see, that's interesting. Like, obviously, I assume that happened, but what actually is that really how it works? Like, does your heart just stop when your neck breaks?
I
I don't want to
don't know.
overanalyze this, but
I don't really want to find out or try. So
no, but it was very impactful, and so impactful that I didn't even notice the heartbeat part that you're talking about. But yeah, that's good. That's good cinematography right there. Uh,
hmm
but
so so yeah, then she I think she snaps into go mode, and she gets up, and all of a sudden this kick-ass music starts playing, and then she just starts kicking everyone's ass. She didn't even use a gun. She just beats the shit out of everyone.
yeah, I should say that scene was especially intense because, as far as we know, that's the first person she's ever killed, right? Like,
Killed, I think so. But hey, she's channeling all that rage for father's death into something now. So I do like when she's beating all these guys. All of a sudden, the security guard that felt her up comes in,
mm-hmm.
first tackles her, and
You
she's just
again.
like you and just beats the hell out of him, throws his face into a file cabinet. And then the best part was like one of the goons grabs like, "Hey, you're good," and then she like pushes him off and then spins around and kicks the dude again and like makes a big hole into the file cabinet. I'm like, oh wow, either that dude's dead or he's just gonna have a really bad headache later.
Yep.
um. So yeah, so basically, everything's done. And then you see Maya look up and she's looking at something. All of a sudden, there's this like baton that gets thrown at one of the goons, and we pan over and see no other than Daredevil. Which I'm like, whoa, Daredevil in the
Yeah.
first episode. Wow, okay. So then we see Daredevil right away go attack two goons and Maya, and gets basically like takes Maya out to the other room and starts fighting her, and he's pretty pissed because he's been watching that whole crew the whole night, and they basically came in there and ruined his whole stakeout.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
So
so
is
then Maya,
sorry,
huh?
is I was trying to. This was his classic costume, not classic, but the one
This is Netflix costume.
from the Netflix show, right? Which so,
So this
mm,
is this is saying that this is before. I
before
believe this
She
is
Hulk.
before She-Hulk because that's the red and yellow is
Yeah,
his
the era as She Hulk said ketchup and mustard. Yeah,
ketchup and mustard. Yeah. So yeah.
fair enough.
So this is before or She-Hulk. So yeah. So Maya and him fight, and then another goon kind of tackles Daredevil, and Maya gets away, and then there's like a cage area that she can lock herself in, and tries to grab a gun, and as she's doing that, Daredevil basically jumps over the fence, like no issue at all. Like, okay, dude's got ups. And then Maya tries to take a shot at him and it doesn't work, and they start fighting again and flipping around and doing all their fancy moves. And And then Maya gets stopped by Daredevil pushing a shelf on her, and then he makes his exit at that point. And then we jump over to back to Kingpin's home, and talks about, they talk about Daredevil, and that, he's surprised that, most people don't have a good chance of going against him. And she fought pretty well, and talks about, if it helped her rage, and she's like, hell yeah, it helped. So then we see this whole Maya montage of her doing Kingpin type level stuff for him, killing people.
Yeah,
She's got that taste for it.
we should say that
We,
that did seem like a first mission. That seemed pretty intense, but
hey, I guess it worked. We shoot to a scene that was from Hawkeye, where Maya and Ronin, or Hawkeye, talking, and he tells her that Kingpin is the one that put the hit on her dad. And then we jump to where Maya's packing up and looking at stuff, trying to get ready to go. And that we see the final scene in Hawkeye, which is Maya finds Kingpin and he's trying to get away from like the authorities or whatnot. And Maya catches up with him and basically, he pleads for her not to shoot because she has a gun right pointing at him, and shoots him in the face. And we hear a thud.
yeah, we don't even see, we just see her shoot and a thud. Yeah, basically.
Yep.
So you
So
said something about there was a montage in there of her doing a bunch of his
Kingpin level stuff.
Kingpin's bidding, basically.
Mhm. Yep. So we then get to a scene where it first says 5 months later. So we're 5 months
5 months.
after.
Yeah. Okay.
5 months after uh, Hawkeye. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So then we see Maya pull up to a gas station on a motorcycle. So now she's in a motorcycle. Looks like she takes off her helmet. Looks like she's just had some rough few months based on her look. She then walks between two semis, and all of a sudden she kind of leans up against one of them, looks in pain. Finally, it kind of lets it go, and she pulls back her shirt, and you see that she's been shot. And then she takes a wrap out of her bag and starts wrapping herself up and taking a moment, and then starts walking again from where she probably maybe back to her bike or maybe grab something to eat. I don't know. So then we see her riding her bike, and we've entered into Oklahoma. So at this point, we kind of get an idea she's going back home. As she is riding, looks like she's dozing off, and then she swerves into an oncoming lane and misses being almost hit, and then swerves in front of a semi. She then pulls up to her childhood home and looks around to reminisce for a moment. Remembers where her hidden key is and gets in their old house. We then see her, dealing with her wound, which she stitches up with floss. Looks like it hurts because once she pokes herself, she's like,
No, it'd be
yeah,
easy, no problem.
yeah, yeah.
Did she? She didn't even try to like knock, right?
Mm-mm,
I thought it was weird. Like she knew
not at all.
they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, but you think after 20 years, someone else would own the house.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or not keep the key. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, whatever. So yeah, so maybe then see her. Basically, at this point, she's dreaming about Chafa when Chafa was still a clay person. And as she's dreaming, she kind of wakes up really quick because shocks her a little bit. As she's sitting there, kind of getting getting herself to wake up a little bit, she then sees a shadow outside the window and grabs her gun, thinking maybe it could be someone that's trying to catch up with her from the Kingpin thing. So as she's slowly walking to the door. We see a knife coming through the door and try to unlock the door handle. As it's opening, the door's opening, Maya quickly like shuts the door on the person, and she opens it, and you see someone knocked over on the grass, and all of a sudden, the person turns around, and he's like, Maya, and it's her cousin Biscuits.
Biscuits. Now, did we? Was he in the opening scene?
No,
I
no,
didn't
they
think
talked
so.
about him, but he
Okay.
was just a kid at the time too, so yeah, he's happy to see her and hugs her, and like, oh my god, you haven't even changed. You look the same after 20 years. It's like they acknowledge like those two look exactly the same,
Yeah.
which is okay. Yeah. Then he starts talks. They talk a bit, and um he introduces his dog Billy Jack to Maya. Like
Billy Jack.
she doesn't look like she's too concerned about it, but he's really happy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
then Maya's basically telling Biscuit she doesn't want anyone knowing she's here, especially her grandma Chula. Um, and basically, Biscuits is okay, and then he grabs Billy Jack, and we then cut to a scene where Maya's riding in downtown Tamaha. The Tamaha?
This isn't supposed to be Tomaha, is it?
No, Tamaha. I don't know. Any,
uh,
so she's riding around, and then she stops at a corner and is watching she's looking at a fire station, and she sees a bunch of people. They're firemen playing game of basketball, and you hear one of them yell, Bonnie. So at this point, I'm guessing that's her cousin Bonnie. Kind of just seeing if she's, how she's doing, but doesn't want her to know she's there. So, um, next
it does
we
say.
see her
Yeah.
walk.
Sorry. I was looking up. That is a real town. And I would say it the way you said it.
Okay,
Tamaha. Sure.
Tamaha. So then we see Maya walking up to a skate ring, like Skateland vibes all over again here. Um, she walks up to the guy with working the rental skate desk. Dude's kind of a douche. He's just like not really nice, but you know,
Yeah. He's something weird about him. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
he's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
And then he just
excuse me.
he yeah he was sorry I
I
was
don't
seeing
think I don't think he understood that she's deaf. Like she's trying to sign, like but not getting it.
right. And then
So,
because he's like helpful to some other people that come up too.
mhm, yep, yeah. So he's helpful to people that actually say something. Apparently, so so he's like just being a dick anyway. And she points to the picture of the owner. And he tells her if you want to talk to him, that she needs to rent skates or pay for something. He's doing that. You see the dude that she's wanting to talk to behind her, and then the skate attendant looks, and looks back and sees him, and he basically like waves her over, like the head style, like come on over here, and she follows him over to the DJ booth. Um, and she makes fun of him for owning a skate ring still. At this point, making fun of him. She already knows who he is, and asks what's going on. He asks what's going on. Um, she asks if they can talk in private. He's like sure. He has the people on the skating ring playing red light, green light, and basically puts green light and just walks away. So I'm wondering how long they're just going to be like making circles until someone says red light. Um, then as they're walking into a private area, you see the skate rental guy. He um, start texting someone about the King Killer bounty. So now we know he's a shady under little goon kind of kingpin guy, but he's like a small goon, not a big goon, you know.
Right. Let's not forget the best part of this place, this skate place, being the "Make America Skate Again" on the wall.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, make America skate again. Yeah, a little pun there. Or not pun. Maybe
Yeah, no,
is it a
that's right.
pun? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Puns have multiple meanings. It's just wordplay, basically.
Yeah, there's true. So yeah, so we learned that that guy's name is Vicky, which is Vicky. I never heard a guy's name
Yeah,
named Vicky.
Victor. I've heard
It is,
Vic for Victor,
yeah,
and
sure, it's
yeah.
Vicky.
Hmm.
And Maya's like says he sucks. So
And he goes on to talk about how he's worked for him for 20 years or whatever it's been. Maybe not that
yeah,
long. He's been
I'm like, man,
reliable, I guess.
right. So then does it get the dude? We I don't have we learned his name yet at this point? I just know it,
I don't think so.
but it's also signed, so he and you see his name when he signs.
Hmm.
So
Right.
well, I mean his name. I guess I could say his name, right? Yeah, his name because it says in there, and they're
Yeah.
going to show it anyway because it's all sign. A lot of that show is sign language,
I don't think
so
this
they
is a
have to.
spoiler if this is the name. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah. So well, okay, so it's Henry. So that's the guy
Damn
that
it, Mike.
owns.
Why'd
Yeah,
you have to name Henry?
I know. I'm sorry. So Henry, uh, basically sees Maya kind of like making some weird like movement, and then he asks Bull or Blade, and she says Blade, and then then there's a he's like okay, and we see them in this later, like a few minutes later, with a mortician that is going to help store up. And Henry's like, yeah, if you need a patch up to fix something or to get rid of something, just you reach out to her.
Wait,
And
wait,
then
wait,
Maya's
wait,
like,
wait, wait, wait. I just want to point one thing out before we go into Mortician Lady. So she said Blade after he asked if it was Bullard or Blade?
no, oh, I'm sorry, she said bullet.
Oh, okay.
Oops, I put that wrong. Sorry.
That's just, gotcha. All right, cool.
So yeah, so she got she got shot basically. Mortician helps her. Um, and she's like, "This, get ready," and starts snipping away, and you can see Maya's in pain, makes a little grunt noise.
Well, before that, she says something about some other instrument, right? Like,
Oh yeah, something for embalming.
oh, and that's how she finds out she's a mortician. Yeah.
Yep. Um. So where are we here? Oh yeah. So then we go jump to a different scene where we see Maya and Henry climb up to a water tower, the town, water tower, and he has a mounted scope up there, and she looks at it as it's pointed to her cousin Bonnie. They start talking about Bonnie and how mad she would be if Maya didn't let her know she was there. And Maya just kind of shakes her off, like, this whatever kind of thing. And then Maya moves the scope to a Fisk warehouse that says Fisk on it, Fisk shipping or something like that.
Hmm.
So, and Henry looks shocked and kind of upset because Henry works for Fisk, some way, I believe. And he's like, I won't help you bring a war to here and the family, and have his loved ones hurt. So, he won't help her sabotage one of Kingpin's shipments. Um, And then at that point, Henry's done talking to her about this, and is very upset, and tells Maya, they never saw each other or had this conversation. And then as that's happening, he starts climbing down,
You
and Maya just stands there and kind of, what?
you said you think it had something to do with him like working for.
Yeah, because he works. He has two businesses, and one is that near that down by Fisk Shipping.
Okay, interesting. Because I
Yeah,
got the impression he just didn't want to be like muddied up in that, uh,
yeah,
mess or something.
he's in it.
I'm guessing you find more out about that,
Yep.
along with
Yeah.
his name.
Yep. Um. So yeah. So and then that scene's basically over. That's last. Maya's just standing on the top of the water tower, kind of like, okay, I don't know what do I do. We then do go to a new scene. It's kind of looks like a kind of like a hospital room. Maybe it's very white and clean. But we hear breathing, we see a IV bag, and then the Hartmeyer sound and Hartmeyer. Um,
I feel like I have to
and,
ask this now every show we do now. I have to ask how's the hospital compared to the one in in wow, what the heck was it called? The one of the last ones they did. The Sam Jackson one.
oh yeah, 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 that was weird.
And the Secret Invasion.
Because yeah, yep, that one.
Is it
Yeah, that was a weird one
more
because that one.
realistic in this one? You think?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean,
Okay.
we just see Kingpin like just laying something. I don't even know.
Oh,
Like
true.
I like it could be his home. I feel like it would be his home because he's very private, probably, and wouldn't want to just be in a hospital bed.
Yeah, this is the
I was
second time we see a hospital, though. I guess in the show.
Yeah. But yeah, he's alive, and he's got his left eye basically covered, patched up, and trying to heal up.
He's got his eye on her. Yeah,
And
I don't
then
know if
that's it.
I don't know if I buy that. If you got shot in the eye, I mean, it's not to say it's never happened.
The theory, like I've been hearing, and like that he got his hands on a vial of super soldier serum and took it. That's
Hmm.
why like he got shot with an arrow and it didn't affect him. Like, come on.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So, but you learn more. I will tell you that. So, more to come.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Hmm,
Uh,
hmm, hmm,
good
hmm.
stuff. Looking forward to the next 4 episodes. Did you say you finished it or no?
I've gone through it once.
Like 5 more times to go. Watches the whole
No,
series each episode we do. Okay, well, let's see what you have to say about this.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4.
I'm gonna do the same. Keep it easy. That's that sounds right.
It's just a new episode. It's just the first episode, so it was good. I'll give
Yeah.
it that, but I'm not. I gotta see where it goes from here,
Hmm. Yeah, I mean it's like
which I already know.
I think that fight scene was a highlight for
Oh,
sure.
that was great. I mean, having Daredevil in there, I was like, wow, okay, that's good. That was
Hmm.
good. It's getting me hyped though. See the new Daredevil series, which I'm not looking forward to doing 18 episodes, but hey,
18?
yeah,
What the hell is wrong with them? That's more than
there's a lot.
Andor.
There's a lot to talk about in in Daredevil, I guess.
8. I mean, I almost wonder if they're just trying to make up for lost time with the Netflix series. Like, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, 18 episodes. It says.
Holy cow! I was thinking about running past you. Like, at some point, we might might consider. Uh, I don't know if it'll ever get to the point of like doing just one episode on a whole series or not, but like, I don't know.
Well, at least it's a weekly thing. It's if it was like, all right, we're just drop all 18, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm so good.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that'll about do it for this evening. Any
That'll
last thoughts
do.
for you for you?
No, no. It's the it's gonna get interesting.
Nice. Cool beans. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Disnerdsplus at gmail.com is the place to give us well, not give us a listen. I mean, you can email us there. That's an email address for those of you that aren't in the know of the internet and electronic mail.
Okay.
Disnerdsplus.com is the website. That's a place you go in a web browser to look us up. What I always this should just be like my running joke. One of these days I'll actually get to updating that site. Uh,
One day,
we're
someday.
still yeah, we're trying to do the 7:30 thing p.m. Central Time on Thursdays. Trying to record there over here on twitch.tv/shaveMadOx. My incredibly strange series of words that makes up my username. That you can find me on the Twitch. That's also where you can find me on Twitter, and of course Mike at Cool as a Cucumber as well on the social medias. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, yeah, that'll do it, pig. That'll do.
Take care, and we have a punchy exit slogan for this one yet?
No.
Echo, echo, echo.
Should
No.
be in sign language, so that's
Oh
we
yeah, I'll
just
have to
failed
learn
there.
that one. That's only for Twitch listeners. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We done did it. See what Herschel had to say here. Yeah. Let's just go all the way back here. Cousin Biscuits, a child of Uncle Flower and Mama Water. Billy Jack, who's a good boy. And then we were talking about the name Henry's name. His name is Inigo Montoya. He killed my father. Prepare to sign. Oh wow. Hank from Oklahoma. I know that guy. Yeah, I thought Henry Hank. I thought as soon as I thought of that, I thought of Hank Pym, and now there's another Henry in the MCU. I guess is there more? I don't know if Hank Pym if his birth name was actually Henry or not. Maybe they say that at some point, but uh, yeah, 18 episodes for that. I didn't know that. When is that?
I don't even know yet when it's coming out, to be
I know
honest.
there's 18 episodes, but who knows when?
When is there? I mean, oh, there it is. It says in 2025.
Okay, we got time.
Yeah. We got time. We have time. There's plenty of time now from there to
Yep.
there. Meow.
Cool beans, cool beans. Well, I suppose I'll do it for this evening. You know what? So Tomaha is Texas, I guess.
Tomahawk.
I was like, where is? I could have sworn that was Omaha. Wait, Omaha. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that I could see.
There is a Tomaha in Texas though. Wait, there's
Nice.
an Omaha in Texas too. Omaha, Oklahoma.
Sure.
Tell me I'm not. Is there not an? Okay, Omaha is. Where in the hell is? Is it really Texas too? Wait for that's Nebraska. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Never been, never been to any of those. But ooh, Omaha is a really cool water tunnel thingy. Anyway,
Nice.
it's a
Cool.
borer town like Tenga. I don't know what you're saying. You mean like the boring company?
The Boring Company.
Tenga is
They
right on the
bore,
border.
bore.
Oh, he meant border. Okay. Right in the border between Tennessee and Georgia.
Mm. I took off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
Nice. Should have.
And Monday.
I could have yeah, if I were smarter.
And if you hear fireworks by your house tomorrow night, just because Jamboree kicks off tomorrow.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna be there. I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but all right. I suppose we'll head out for tonight.
Yep.
Gotta go
Yep.
post this episode. So everybody have a great night. Take care, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, pooping vagina sauce.
Yeah, you could have ended the episode with that one.
See you later.
Bye. Well, he kind of got it. That was another friend's slogan. Not slogan. Catchphrase? I don't know. Bye, everyone. Crap, I gotta do it with this finger. Shit.